How is the surplus funds business and tax overage recovery business different today than it was 10 years ago? So if you don't know who I am, my name is Nick Fulmer. I've been doing surplus funds recovery, tax overage recovery since 2014. I started out part-time while working as a corrections officer at the Utah State Prison, and then I left my job and started doing surplus full-time in 2017. So I've been at this for over a decade now, and things have definitely changed over the years. So let's talk about it. What have I seen? First off, one of the things that has changed dramatically in the business is the ability to access information. What do I mean by that? Being able to find opportunities, generate leads, and conduct research has gotten significantly easier as time has gone on. I think a lot of this came from COVID, actually, because when COVID shut down, a lot of businesses had to, go online or to be able to survive. A lot of court procedures changed so that Zoom hearings started being conducted more online. But the big thing is access to information, okay? Access to county records, deeds, access to court records. That access has only gotten better over time. And so your ability to really deep dive and research and see if there's opportunity and find opportunity, and then make sure that that is a good opportunity, that has gotten better over time. So that's a cool thing. What's gotten worse over time or more difficult? And I can say, and I can back this up with numbers, what has gotten more difficult is getting a hold of people, which is very strange, right? You'd think with technology it would be easier. At least the numbers that I track tell me that our contact rate has not gotten better over the years, okay? I have some theories on why that is. And I'll ask you this question, and you let me know what your experience is. How many spam calls do you get every single day? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm actually curious. How many spam calls do you get every single day? I get at least 5, anywhere between 5 and 10 every day. 10's a lot, but at least around 4 or 5 every single day. I get a number and it says the potential spam on it, and I ignore it, right? I hardly ever answer those calls. So that, I think, because of the increase in, and even they're probably not all of them are scams. Some of them are probably legit businesses that have just been marked as spam, right? And so the increase in spam and the additional registration processes that you have to go through to even reach out to people, like texting and calling them, that has made it more difficult to get through to people. Here's another question. How many letters do you get that are just junk, right? I get a ton of junk mail. And my theory is because of the increase in the number of businesses reaching out. I mean, businesses have always reached out via phone and letters, but the sheer volume, right? The amount of different businesses reaching out, we have become numb to marketing efforts, to solicitations, to just people trying to get our attention. We're bombarded every day, not just with on calls and letters, but social media, right? How many ads do you see on social media? Attention is the new currency, and our attention is being fought for tooth and nail by hundreds, if not thousands of different businesses out there. And so because of that, because of the increase in online advertising, the increase in just direct advertising, mail, phone, whatever, we've become numb to that, and we just ignore a lot of that. At least that's me personally. I ignore a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff. There is so much mail that I don't even open. I just throw it in the trash. There are so many calls that I ignore every single day because my phone says, "Oh, potential spam," so I don't even bother. If it's a local area code, it still doesn't say spam, I still ignore it, because 90% of the time, if someone's calling me locally and they're not in my contact list, it's a business trying to sell me something, and I'm like, nope, no time, sorry. That's just me. I can only speak for myself. Now, if I get a call from a different area code, I actually do pick those up more than my local area code, surprisingly enough, because I don't want to miss a call from a client. Okay, and obviously we help people all over the country. So that's my hypothesis as far as what has changed over the last 10 years, and it's harder to get a hold of people. It's harder to get a hold of people. So those are some of the things that have changed. Obviously, there's new laws and regulations. I mean, the big Supreme Court decision, right? Tyler versus Hennepin County, that is a huge deal. Obviously, that just creates more opportunity for this business. So the opportunity has grown in the last couple of years because of that Supreme Court decision. So that's something that obviously has changed recently. But of course, laws change, rules change. I mean, change is the only constant, right? But some things get better, some things get worse, and you just adapt and you overcome and you keep rolling. So I hope that answers that question. What's changed? What's changed over the last decade or so? And if you guys want, I'm going to be doing a training actually sharing my actual numbers from my business. Specifically, how many leads we work, how many people we actually talk to out of the leads, and how many conversations lead to an actual deal. So if you're like wondering, well, how much work do I actually have to put in to make this profitable? It'd be a really good training to attend. It's not free, but it would be very valuable. It'd save you months and months of time, just doing it, yourself via trial and error. Just look at my numbers from my actual business, because I obviously do this business still. And so if you want to look at that and see, hey, how much work do I actually have to put in to make this work? I'd recommend joining that training, okay? Just let me know if you're interested in it. Just comment 1 down below and I'll send you a link. All right, guys. Talk to you later.